Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, it's Maverick here. Today, we resume our journey with Tensura, Season 2, Part 2. So, for any of you guys who are new here, I have been watching Tensura all the way back since Season 1. It was actually one of the first series on my channel. You're welcome to go back and watch all that as well. And, you know, it's maybe quite different from the format that I have right now, although not by so much, right? And because this is a continuation of an original series, I'm not going to go too much into the introduction and all that stuff. We know what we're getting now. Let's try and do a quick recap, right? So actually I'm going into this without really refreshing my memory, so I'm kind of winging it right now. Let me think a little bit. Well, the one thing that did stick out to me from the last season was that the series really got dark quickly, right? Tensura to me, especially the past 30 or so episodes, has really been more I keep on using a kid's show to describe it. It's very cartooning in the way that, you know, the humor, the characters, how the situations are resolved and whatnot. And, you know, even now, I guess you could say that that's still, you know, it's still a situation where Rimuru is able to make everything great by the end, right? You know, he is going to go through hardships and whatnot, but still, at the end of the day, he is going to come out triumphantly. You know, no better evidence of that than the resurrection from last season, right? But still, it did get quite dark, especially with him basically going around and slaughtering all these human soldiers and whatnot. Beyond that, I believe we left on a sort of a cliffhanger. I think Rimuru went back to meet Veldora or something of that sort, right? Like he's going to be released from his chains, his prison, whatever you want to call it, his seal. That's one thing. And then the other thing is, I believe, an unresolved thing from last season, which is the Milim situation. She's going berserk and whatnot. And of course, all the way back to the top dog, you know, the one who is that vampire dude who is controlling everything, right? But in any case, well, let's just get into it, shall we? And see what this season has to offer. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Yep, there we go. Oh, I kind of forgot that when Veldora was resurrected, he looked like this. He honestly looks like a Chuny. Okay, so that's why he's a Chuny right now? Oh my god. Luo. What would that be? Would that be a pun? I don't think that's quite a pun, right? Because it literally means Dragon God. Or Dragon King, so... BFF. Oh, nice callback all the way to the first episode, eh? Or is it the second episode? Where Rimuru had that, you know, bro fist with Veldora. Veldora has an ultimate skill? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. All these freaking ultimate skill. It's honestly getting quite ridiculous right now. Rimuru is stacked. And opening. Yep. Alright. Going for a more rock kind of approach here, eh? I guess that's kind of indicative of the series turning a bit darker, eh? I actually don't know this. I should probably pay a little bit of attention to the background and all that. Mindalin, like flames. Okay, I really don't know her, nor this group if it is one. Oh, but it's by Elements Garden. Okay, so that explains a lot. Oh, actually, was it? I think they only mentioned that the music for like background music is from Elements Garden. Hmm. All right. Hmm? You could actually see when you were inside Rimuru, right? Was he going Super Saiyan or something? I'm not sure how to feel about Vildora right now, to be honest. Oh, he's right here. Vildora-kun. Oh, that's Sundari as well. We're BFFs. Bossum, but oh my god, this guy. He's definitely not good around people. Uh. Although I do like, how does this exactly work though? So is Vildora still technically? Well, I guess we can say that Vildora is Lord of the Forest, and Rimuru is residing in the forest, right? But the kingdom is his. Or I'm sorry, I don't think that it's a kingdom, right? It's a united something something. Federation, right? I think he formed a federation. Oh, she's cooking. Come on, Rimuru. You got 4 ultimate skills. Man up! Although I do wonder if Raphael can actually analyze this. Has she ever tasted her own cooking? Choroi. Come on, Rimuru. Ask Raphael to analyze it. Oh. Mm. What? Okay. That's certainly convenient. Is there a twist? Hmm. Alright. After all the festivities. Oh yeah, we never actually got to like formal introductions around here. I mean, doesn't everybody already know? Yeah, like, what's the big deal, man? Oh, yeah, claim it. If there's a Western Holy Church, is there an Eastern Holy Church? I think we... Did we ever actually get to hear about, like, what lies to the east of the continent? Interrogation? I think that's a job better suited for Diablo. Oh yeah, he's going to become the king of the kingdom. Well, aren't you guys late? You're not supposed to say that in... I mean, they were good bros, though. Oh, they came as well. Hmm? Who are these guys? Raphael definitely has a temper. No, elves and dwarves, eh? Alright. Hmm? What? Who? Ah! Oh, I remember. Ah, the girl, right? Ah, here we go. No, yeah. Didn't Raphael say they came here with no hostile intentions? Oh my god. Archduke. You guys like wanna go somewhere and sit down and talk? I mean, I can get the dwarves, right? They're kind of like I mean, the Dwarven Kingdom. They're sort of like allies with each other. What do the elves want, though? Actually, that wasn't too bad of an episode, especially in the latter half. No, these are the sort of like geopolitics. Oh, that makes it fun for me. Still not sure what to think about Reldoraro. Reincarnated. Alright, the ending is quite in line with the other endings we've had so far in the series. see you guys after this. Alright guys, so that was a fun little start to everything around here. We get basically half of fluff, you know, the feel-good episodes that we're so accustomed right now with the entire series, right? Where it's basically just their daily lives and having lots of fun and so on and so forth. And I know it's kind of nice to mix these things up, right? Although I was actually expecting them to start out with on a lot more serious note, I guess, and a lot more serious tone. But we got that with the latter half of this episode. You know, now that Rimuru is becoming a big deal in this world, right? And, you know, the fact that he is a demon lord at this point means that, you know, it's not a situation where he can just say, oh, I'm just, you know, here in my little forest playing with sand and whatnot. It's not a situation where he can do that anymore. He just literally destroyed the army of an entire kingdom. And I've been saying this from the very beginning, right? This is actually the kind of stuff that I really, really enjoy from isekai works. And that is how, especially in the kind where if someone brings knowledge from the modern world all the way to a more medieval kind of setting, right, or even a fantasy kind of setting, how they can utilize that to basically shift the entire world in a lot of ways, like maybe not directly through force or anything, but maybe through cultural revolutions and whatnot, like inventions that you make, like in the case of the Tempest Nation, right? Or actually, I think the capital is called Tempest. You know, in the case of their nation right now, Rimuru obviously has helped, you know, push forward their advancement by a lot, right? And that is going to gradually spread throughout the world as well. And also the fact that he is a demon lord at this point means that he can no longer. Well, in short terms, we're operating on a more global scale now, right? Or at least a regional scale. And the region is not just in the forest, but also the surrounding nations and all that sort. And so that is why we see like some big shots coming here as well, because now we really need to get into the discussions of, okay, if you do something, it's going to affect my nation and all that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, it's not like I don't get why the elf is here. It's just that I was curious how he thought that he can just show up out of nowhere and expect to receive an audience, right? Although I guess he did have his daughter, so maybe that kind of works and all that. But anyways, I am really quite curious what they're going to talk about in the next episode here, right? I think it's not a far prediction to make to say that the dwarves and the elves would both back Rimuru in his endeavors and whatnot. Or at the very least, you know, not get in the way and whatnot. I mean, at this point, I think Rimuru only really wants to do two things, right? Or actually, I guess three things. One is to establish this sort of proxy state of Falmouth. You know, set it up as a basically a puppet nation. And maybe that's a little bit too harsh, but that in essence is what it is, right? It's really affiliated with Rimuru at this point, right? And use it as a sort of buffer to the human nations. At the same time, also keep the Holy Church in check and you know, stop making them a nuisance and whatnot. But his real goal right now is to go after Clayman. And so as long as he can, you know, he can do that, I don't even really think he needs support from the other nations and whatnot. I think it's more of a case where, you know, just make it so that we can, how can I put it? Make it so that nothing unexpected happens in the entire situation. Let Rimuru focus his effort on dealing with Clayman at this point, right? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it could be something deeper as well. Maybe they're going to form like a triangle alliance or whatnot, and in fact a defensive pact or of some sort. But I don't know. I doubt that, unless there's actually some other things in regards to the Dwarven nations and the Elf nations that we don't know about yet, like why it would be in their interest to get rid of all the demon lords or something of that sort, which we'll probably know more by the next episode, right? Beyond that, I guess this episode was really just a kind of a reintroduction and whatnot, and especially a formal introduction of Veldora. And like I said, I'm not really sure how I feel about his character at this point. You would think that of all the manga and anime and all that sort of modern stuff that Rimuru has and Veldora could observe and read, you gotta pick some other stuff to read instead, but oh man, well, whatever. No, he's definitely going to be an interesting character, right? And a very, very powerful character. I wonder who is actually more powerful, though. Like Veldora or say, for instance, Rimuru or Milim and whatnot, in terms of raw strength and raw power. I don't think it's quite clear at this point, to be honest. Yeah, it's really hard to say, right? Especially since Veldora and Rimuru, you know, they're basically like, they treat each other like equals, but I have my sneaking suspicions that at this point in time, perhaps Veldora is still stronger in terms of raw power, even though Rimuru is already a demon lord. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, something that this series has not really done very well is explain the tiers of power and, you know, the sort of relative power situation that we have for Rimuru and the others, right? I think in the past, a lot of commenters, a lot of you guys have commented below and said, you know, Rimuru's power level is about at this point right now, and so on and so forth. But you know, I'm still waiting for the anime to give me that information, basically. So yeah, just a sweet, nice little episode, reintroductory episode. I don't think there's too much else to go on about at this point in time. So yeah, let's just leave it at that, and we will see in the next one, and hopefully we get some spicy stuff from the, you know, from the meetings of the big heads, right? And I'll also make sure to release next episode on time. I think Slime is on Tuesdays, right? Or is it on Wednesdays? But basically, you know, a day before today, anyways. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.